there, folks. UFL Jim here with a nice, relaxing recap of week 2 of the UFL. What a good time we all had, wasn't it? Watching the incredible matchups from the San Antonio Brahmas comeback to the amazing fans in St. Louis and DC, capping off with a very entertaining game between the Houston Roughnecks and the DC Defenders. I don't know about you, but it was very, very pleasing for me. I want this recap to be pleasing for you. So I want you to just take a stroll down memory lane as we go game by game and get into this recap of week 2 of the United Football League. Game number 1. We started off with the San Antonio Brahmas heading down to Memphis and taking on the Showboats. The Brahmas won the battle 20-19. Memphis dominated most of this game, but as they've shown us time and time again, the Showboats' second half collapse is one of the most powerful forces in sports. The Brahmas went away from what kind of made them an exciting team in week 1 with a very mediocre and lackluster offensive game plan to start this off. But Garbers could not be kept down for long, even against this incredible Showboats defense. The San Antonio Brahmas unlocked a second, third, fourth, and even fifth gear in the second half. The game started off slow, but this finish was one for the ages. We got to see the beautiful comeback mechanics of the UFL in place as the Brahmas score a late touchdown, go for the 4th and 12, connect, and then get the win. Boy, almost brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? And sometimes you just need to sit back and reflect on the finer things. Like how John DeFilippo looks like a tomato a lot of the time. There wasn't all positives in this game. Offenses were slow, too many flags. San Antonio, as a personal favor to me, could you please outlaw the swing pass? I think I almost threw out my voice simply yelling at the San Antonio Brahmas to stop doing the damn swing pass. This game really did end up coming down to one simple factor: red zone efficiency. The Brahmas went 3 for 3, the Showboats 1 for 6. Nothing more to be said. But there's a lot to be said about Case Cookus and that body. Mainly, the fact that that body craves contact more than almost any other player I've ever seen. It was just incredible watching him out there. Almost as incredible as watching Chase Garbers. The kid's got ice in his veins. Nothing can shake him. I think this Brahmas team is going to be very, very special. Looking ahead for the Brahmas in week 3, I want to see San Antonio get back to some creative play calling, getting a little weird with it. And please, for the love of all that is holy, stop with the swing passes. Please, I beg of you. We also still haven't seen Destroying make a real field goal attempt yet, which I know a lot of fans are waiting for. I'd like to see Destroying kind of maybe attempt a field goal in week 3, you know? For the fans, for the Showboats moving forward, you guys need to stop with the second half collapses. It's just terrible for your fan base at this point. It's heartbreaking week in and week out. Showboats fans deserve better. And us impartial viewers also deserve better. Your defense needs to remain just as strong in week 3 as it has in these previous weeks, because you're going up against a monster. You're going to have to rely on this defense a lot if the offensive second half woes continue. And lastly, for the Showboats, you also need to establish a strong running game with Darius Victor. I don't want to see week in and week out Case Cookus being your leading rusher. That's no way to get wins in this league. No way at all. Game 2 gave us an absolute barn burner in the Arlington Renegades taking on the St. Louis Battlehawks, in which the Battlehawks win their home opener 27-24. I would like to start out by personally congratulating and thanking every St. Louis Battlehawks fans for showing up and showing out. 40,317 is a magical number, and something I'm sure Investigator Jim will be looking into in the weeks to come. Both teams looked incredibly more competitive in week 2 than they did in week 1. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Although the Renegades still could not develop a run game. We saw 2 challenges in this game and 2 challenge losses. The quarterbacks looked good. Aitman absolutely ate out everyone's ass in this game. It was simply amazing. Bob Stoops, the Zen master himself, remains as unbothered as ever as he paces the sidelines with a nice, dumb smile on his face. It just makes me sit back and reflect on my own life. Is there really that much to be upset about? Or can we just sit back and just embrace the spring fever and the UFL and the magic that it holds? The game turned into an absolute barn burner in the second half, with both teams trading haymakers. There was 4 lead changes in the second half. Crazy. Also the only game this week to hit the over. That's something to tip your cap on. Battlehawks get it done and march forward. Looking to the future. For the Renegades, we need to see something from that run game. You have to give us something. You have to be good and just give us something. We also need consistency from your offense. There's moments, but they're a little too few and far between to actually make me want to root for this team consistently. And you also have to be thinking flashbacks of last year. I don't know if you're going to have the ease of being in a bad division to kind of make up for your record. You're going to have to get some wins here, guys. And I don't know where you're going to get them, but they got to come quick. For the Battlehawks, take the momentum from this win, convert it. Your offense looked amazing. You have weapons. Use it. Keep this going. I hope every single game they play the rest of this season, by the way, keeps coming down to the wire. 2 for 2 so far. Let's keep this up. And I think the Battlehawks' home advantage is going to be a thing of beauty that might catapult them to one of the top teams in this league. Stay tuned, St. Louis. It's gonna be fun. Game number 3 takes us to Detroit, where the Michigan Panthers took on the Birmingham Stallions, with the Stallions winning this one 20-13. The Panthers could do a little offensively in this game. I don't know if E.J. Perry's the guy going forward or not, but they gotta have something. They just kept shooting themselves in the foot in this matchup, and that's no way to run an offense. It was absolutely disgusting. The Stallions' 2-quarterback system seems to be working at least all right for now, but I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep this up against the better teams. Both teams' defenses, though, maybe impressed me more than any other unit on the field, especially Michigan. Looking towards the future, for the Birmingham Stallions, I'm not sure if this 2-quarterback system can take you the entire way, so I think it's going to come to a head eventually. You're either going to have to roll with Martinez or Corral or even Jamar Smith. Why not bring him out there for the hell of it, you know? The defense for the Stallions, though, is legit and should be able to keep them in just about every single game, folks. And lastly, I'm loving everything I'm hearing from mic'd up Skip Holtz. I'm liking the way he's leading this team. Seems like a really good guy. Good on you, Skip. Good on you. For the Panthers, I really don't know if E.J. Perry's the guy. Maybe they go with Etling in week 3. Either way, I don't like the move that they did to pull E.J. Perry mid-game, mid-drive like that almost. You gotta figure something out, Michigan. You gotta figure something out. This defense might end up being the best D in the entire league. This is based off the eye test. And I don't want them to squander that. I really don't want the Michigan Panthers to squander what could be one of the most entertaining defenses I've seen in spring football. On top of that, the Panthers are really lucky that they have probably the best kicker in the game right now. Because without him, they would be the laughingstock of the UFL. Remember that, Michigan. Last game of the week, we had the Houston Roughnecks taking on the DC Defenders, with the DC Defenders coming back and winning 23-18. What an insane pick 6 to start this game off so early. What a terrible pass from Tamu, and what a beautiful run to get the touchdown. The DC Defenders might be the most frustrating team to watch in this entire league. Between the play calling, the offensive line play, and questionable decision-making / execution from Jordan Tamu, this team just can't get out of their own way on offense. On the offense for the Roughnecks, I really hope Jared Garantano's okay, but Reed Snett, he looked pretty dang good for you guys. And that's a feather you can put in your cap, boys. The Roughnecks showed at least a little life in this game. And that's more than what they showed in week 1. I just don't know if they're going to be able to dig themselves out of the basement of the UFL. And for DC, the home winning streak continues. What a crazy stat line, 10-0 at home. Keep up the lemonade, keep up the beer snake, because something's working there in Audi Field. And also congratulations to the DC Defenders for finally. And also congratulations to the DC Defenders for finally getting your first offensive touchdown of the season. Needed that one. Absolutely needed that one. Honestly, I can see both these teams slipping up and not making the playoffs if they're not careful. Hear me, DC? Be careful. For the Roughnecks looking forward, this next game will be one of their 2 best chances to get a win. They better not squander it. This team has potential, and I think if Sinet gets the start, they might be able to do some damage. But overall, I just don't have a lot of faith in this team. For the Defenders, you have to get a run game going, and some just better play calling overall. You're fighting to get out of the bottom of the XFL division at this rate. We'll see if your passing game and Jordan Tamu can kind of improve against the not great backfield of the Arlington Renegades. History tells us, yes. Overall takeaways from week 2 of the UFL. We saw some difficulties in attendance number for a couple of these teams, mainly Memphis and Detroit. I think there's some outlying factors here, like the way they've scheduled the Panthers games and when they have them playing and so forth. But I want to see more from Detroit and Memphis. Please, give me more. Other things we've seen, certain teams are taking that step forward, like the Renegades, the Battlehawks. Defenders still looked just as rough in week 2 as they did in week 1. I need to see more. Week 3 will be a big eye-opener, I believe. Every single game throughout was competitive, and that is something I think that is going to set the UFL up for plenty of success going forward. Lastly, I think kickers are becoming the biggest celebrities in this league. Whether that's a good thing or not is, frankly, up to all of you out there. And that leads me and us into the Week 2 UFL Power Rankings. At number 8, I I have the Houston Roughnecks. Another L, another week at the bottom for you. At 7 is the Arlington Renegades. Looked much more competitive against better competition than what the Roughnecks had. That's what's putting them here. At 6, I have the Michigan Panthers. Thank goodness they won in week 1, and that defense is so good, because that offense might be one of the worst in the league. At 5, I have the DC Defenders, carried by their defense as well. Good win at home. I really wouldn't be upset if someone put the Panthers here either. They're interchangeable in my mind. At 4, the Memphis Showboats. Great defense, but these second half collapses, they're going to kill them. They're just going to kill them. At 3, I have the St. Louis Battlehawks with an incredible bounce back. Looked incredible in this game. And do we have some heart attack birds on our hands? And a lot of instant classics. I think we might. At number 2, I have the San Antonio Brahmas. What the hell was that first half, guys? Come on. I need better. Much better. And at number 1, the Birmingham Stallions. They're experimenting and still winning. Crazy. That's why they're on top, folks. That's exactly why they're on top. Oh boy, what a week. What a wonderful week 2 in the UFL. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go release some of this pressure and get ready for week 3. Love you all. UFL Jim out.
Oh yeah. Oh, I fucking love it. I fucking love the UFL so fucking much. This thing's so fucking hot. I'm gonna make that way all fucking hot. The head coaches and the mascots all. I got your fucking mascot right here. Yeah, yeah. Sexy fucking bitch. Yeah, I want you to dress that league. Show me those TV numbers. Show me those fucking show me that. Oh, yes. Show me that 11 DC. Oh, baby, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's so nice. Oh, mama. Oh, UFL. Yeah, it's united by foot.